What's up, everyone? It's your boy Survival, founder and host of the community festival called Summerfest, which is being held this year at Seven Hills Park in Somerville, Mass. Come on out and join us. It's going to be on Friday, September 10th at 7 p.m. Really, what I want to do in this segment is catch up with performers involved in this year's event in an interview segment called Fest Friends. Might sound familiar to some of you guys. So what I want to do is I want to introduce a person who may seem familiar to a bunch of you. She is a very, very funny comedian. I stalked her back in 2018 to be a part of the event, and she's still here. So I think I did something right. Nonye Brown-West, what is happening? It is so great to see you again.
Because I see you too. Not a whole lot is happening. I wish more things are happening. I'm not gonna lie, but you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make them happen. So it'll be all right. So I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be back at Summerfest.
And we love having you. So I was talking to you recently, via text, and you were like, yeah, I'll send you the headshot, I'm like on the road, all that stuff. So it's good to like hear that you're back doing the things that you love to do. Where have you been recently? And for everyone that doesn't know, you're a stand-up comedian. What has that been looking like getting back on the road?
So it's been amazing. And before the pandemic hit, I had just amazing shows on the road that were sold out, and the future was so bright as far as being passed at all these clubs and being out on the road again. And it's been hard to get back to that, but I feel like now I am back. I have just come off some road gigs in Massachusetts, where I'm from. Hello, Massachusetts, and also in DC. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to going out and doing more. I'm going to New Orleans soon. I haven't done comedy there in about 3 years, so I'm excited to do that. And it feels good to be back doing my job, because I just felt incredibly unemployed over the last year. So.
It's funny because I've talked to some other people who felt incredibly unemployed, and they prefer it that way because they're like, "Oh, I was making more money when I was incredibly unemployed, so now I got to go back to work and make less." America, yay!
I know.
So, in terms of like you getting back on the road, gigging, like, who are you gigging with folks? Like, are you like getting in the car, going on a long road trip? Is it by yourself? Like, what does that look like?
I've been traveling by myself. I don't feel safe traveling with other people right now. Road gigs are a fun way to get to know yourself, honestly. So if you can travel by yourself, I would suggest it. I have been taking the train. I've been feeling adventurous and taking the train on some road gigs. And it's scary. I was convinced I had coronavirus last week, even though I've been vaccinated. So, there's still a curve where the anxieties are still there. So hopefully that will go away soon. And once I fix my car, I'll just be using that for everything. But for New Orleans, I'm gonna have to fly, and I haven't flown yet, so I don't know what it's gonna be like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were talking like before we just before we got this interview started, and you said there's something wrong with your car, and you're about to get under there with the long nails and like see what was going on. Like, you work on cars?
I do. I work on cars, and that's a skill that I honed like almost. I won't tell you how old I am now, but almost. Yeah, almost. I would say like 19 years ago is when I started learning, because my first car was a lemon, so I had to learn how to do everything because the car was a lemon. I might have actually 19 doesn't sound. How old am I? Oh my god,
You're younger than
time
me.
goes by. All right, let's pretend it was 10 years ago. So 10 years ago, my first car was a lemon, and I had to learn a lot about cars. And luckily, I was dating someone whose father was a mechanic. So after hours, I would go there, and their father would show me, what to do, like how to do certain things, simple things. But because of that, I knew what to buy and to build. fixing your own car is all about your materials, right? The tools you have. So now I have just like a little car shop in my apartment where I can just go outside to the parallel parked world of New York and just switch sides as I need to work on each side. So yeah, yeah, it's a sad, pathetic life, but that's the one I'm living right now.
I mean, you intentionally like gave that away to me, so that there's literally no excuse for you to be late to Summerfest. Driving in New York now. I mean, we're like, all right,
But
get get under the hood and make sure you're there.
exactly, that's true.
All right, so you're back at Summerfest. This is the third one. You're going to be doing some stand up comedy. Can you tell me a little bit about how your background sort of influences your content, like how you weave in your background or some of your experiences into that?
Well, I talk about my Nigerian heritage quite a bit in my stand up, and I weave it in by just talking about just ways in which I'm embarrassing, which I think the best comics talk about how they are embarrassing or how people around them are embarrassing. So it's like it's observational but also self-deprecation at times. And I think it works. People seem to laugh. People like it. So yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. And as far as I think we talked about this a little bit in our last conversation, um, because I've been to Nigeria once.
Oh yeah.
You've been to Nigeria?
Oh yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah. Weddings and funerals. They're
So
mostly funerals.
it was a layover. So like my wife and I were coming back from Ghana, and we had a layover in Lagos. But like when we were getting set to take off from Ghana, it was like very, 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 very late, and we were like, oh no. Once we get to Lagos, there's no way we're gonna be able to catch this flight. So we're gonna be
Yeah.
stuck there, and I don't know what's gonna happen. But anyway, so we ended up landing in Lagos, and we had spoken to like the flight attendants or whatever, and then they like ushered us out, and then there were like some like military people that came and brought us to the next gate, and I kind of felt like a dignitary there a little bit. Like I didn't have like a lanyard or like a tie on or anything, but it felt pretty good. Like they took care of me there. So shout out to Nigeria.
Yeah. There's a heavy military presence at that
There
airport
it
though.
is.
Can be intimidating. Especially if you're just, if Nigeria is your stop, it's very intimidating that how much military there. And I just want to give a shout out to you for saying Lagos, right? Because a lot of people say Lagos in America, and that's not right. It is Lagos. So thank you for saying it correctly.
Lagos, Fufu, Banku.
Yeah. Oh, what? Look at it.
I got a little bit of an education when I was there.
Good.
So obviously you're a comedian. You're alone. You're on the road. You're a person of color. You're a woman. Is that like typical of what it's like when you're going into open mics, going to gigs and stuff like that, where you're typically the only female of color? Like what are your experiences around that?
Not anymore. That's part of the reason I moved to New York because I just wanted to feel like like I had a community of people who looked like me.
So
It's
that was a Boston exclusive thing.
yeah, Boston was very it wasn't diverse, so you felt alone a lot. Yeah, and I'm not saying that New York doesn't have a lot of white male comics because yes, it does, but it also has a lot of us. It has a lot of Black female comics. Actually, last night I was at a spot called Old Man Hustle. It's a very good comedy spot, and it's a good spot for comedy, I should say. And there were about three people from Boston, and I was just I don't know. I felt like for the first time they saw the real me because I felt so guarded up in Boston. They saw how I actually talk and what I'm like when I'm comfortable. And I could see it on their faces that they had never seen me just be happy, which is which shout out to Boston. But it is. It's a very yeah, shout out to Boston. No, the audiences in Boston are great, and there are people there. It's just, it's I didn't feel like I could be myself until I was in New York. Just amongst other comics, really. So
That's great. That's great.
yeah,
You felt like you've come into your own,
I think so.
and we're excited to see you, in whatever form that is, come September 10th. So is there anything else that you're doing? I know that I've attended, some things that you may want to shout out for some people once they see this to go to some of your like YouTube, go to your website and check some stuff out, and maybe your IMDb page, things like that.
My IMDb.
What other things are you doing besides comedy? I don't want to.
So I will be making a appearance as a background person in a Jessica Chastain movie. I actually don't know the name of it, but I know that if they keep my shot in, I'm really in there, which is good. It would be like Maisel all over again, but in a movie. But I mean, my finger is the only
found you in that scene too.
Yes, I mean, they focused on me for a long time in Maisel, so that was great. Shout out to Maisel. In the Joker movie, I filmed so many scenes for that, and all they kept in was my finger, and I could identify my finger. I was like, that is my. So that was kind of cool. And like the last scene,
I'm gonna go back and watch that then. Yeah.
No, it's one of the last scenes where the city's just destroyed, and you could like see my finger pointing. And I actually didn't notice. My husband Hunter, he noticed it, and I was like, "Oh, that is my finger." We went back. It was wild. Everyone I'm showed it to, they're like, "That does look like your finger." So, so hopefully more of me is in this Jessica Chastain movie that's about to come out.
Just before you get off of that top, how are you getting these like extra gigs? Like, what does that look like?
So I worked with a couple companies that they just started sending me emails separate from. So you go on to things like project casting and things like that. But if the company likes you, they'll just take your information and start sending you emails separately. So Grant Wilfie, or I think that's how you say it. I don't know. I might be saying that so wrong. GW. Yeah, I don't know these European names, but GW, they send me a lot of things. So shout out to them too. And if I knew how to say your name correctly, I would say it right now. But I think it's Wilfie. I don't know, Wilfie. It's a hard one.
As long as you're getting the gigs, and hopefully we'll see you with some,
Exactly. And I have the web series that I've been working on for a while now. But I have enough money in the bank where I feel comfortable buying all the stuff that I need off the internet. And thank you for sending me.
The name of the web series?
Okay, so I have two. I have Fairy Tales with Nonye, which I shot as live shows over Zoom last year. And I'm finally going to be able to digitize those and make them into cartoons because of your help. You sent me the right program that I need to use, so I'm going to be using that. I can now afford it. So that's good. And also Baby Jesus, which I've been working on for years. I have a lot of work to do on that still. I'm still trying to get some comedians attached. That would be pretty big names to have attached to it, and wish me luck, because I have to tell them I don't really have a budget, which I was hoping I would have a budget by the time I contacted them.
That is okay. That is okay.
Yeah.
It's it takes a lot of time. My first year doing Summerfest, I didn't really have a budget. The second year I had a little bit more of a budget, and this year, some things kind of broke and I have more of a budget, and hopefully we'll it'll keep building, and people want to be involved with someone as talented and funny as you, and realize that things will pay off later. So I appreciate you coming on. I know this is like kind of short notice doing it. We're really, really excited to see you. I'm especially excited. My wife is excited to see you. Hopefully we'll get Xenia there, and she'll be able to high five you and all that.
Yes.
We'll see. It'll be past her bedtime, but we'll see. So before we go, where can everyone find you on the interwebs?
Okay, so I am at that Nonye, Nonye on Twitter. I'm Noni Fizzle on Instagram, Noneefizzle. And you can just find all those things on noyecomedy.com, which is Nonye comedy.com. And it has all my socials. It even has my very long Facebook name, and you can find my actual Facebook, not just the fan page, on there as well. Although, go like my fan page if you want. It's fine. I don't really use it. I update it like once every 2 years. I shouldn't tell people that. No, just go like my fan page. Oh yeah.
I'll leave that part in.
Yeah. Just,
well, again, I want to thank you for coming on. I hope that the sway bar situation is all good. It looks like you're ready to get under there and make sure that you have thousands and thousands more miles of traveling ahead of you.
Oh my God, please, yes. And then I have a car that I need to fix up at my mom's house too, and that's going to take so much out of me. But I'll work on this one first.
You can, you can make a little. You're already going to be here in September. You know what I mean? So you can just
true. Just stop at my mom's. Yeah.
With the greasy hands to Somerville. Again, so Nonye, we appreciate you coming on. So good to see you, and we're gonna tear the house down when you come to Summerfest in September. So I'm
very excited. Thank you for always asking me, and I can't wait.
Yeah. So for everyone, this has been another episode of Fest Friends, and we'll see you in September. Peace.